Hello everybody, I'm going to be painting a little dog that I picked up at a garage sale a couple of years ago, and he's a 1/12 size pet that I want to put in my dollhouse. And I wanted there to be two dogs, and this is one of the dogs. And he was actually not painted black. I started to paint him a while ago, and then I gave up on it for some reason. And he had some black on him on his back, and it was painted very badly. But anyway, I'm repainting him, and I'm using a flat black paint that's quick drying, and I'm going to be using some golden paint, some apple barrel paint, and some Deco Art paint to paint him. And I'll be using a number of colors. His fur is going to be mostly black, but there'll be little hints of brown here and there. This is a Border Collie, and I had a dog who passed away recently, and it was very hard for me to talk about it, so I haven't talked about him, but he was half Border Collie here on our farm, and he's quite old. He was over 17 years old, and he died quite suddenly, and it was pretty traumatic. It happened before Christmas, but this is sort of in honor of him. He had quite a bit of this look to him, and even though he was only half, I don't know what the other half was, but he was in personality, he was all Border Collie. But anyway, I'm just going around. I'm going to paint the front white, and then he'll have white legs. And the goats that you saw in the beginning were two of my goats. I've raised goats for many, many years, and so I just thought I'd put them in. So now I'm going to go around and detail the face around this muzzle and leave the black nose. And this is probably, I don't know. Was a very cheap toy. It wasn't painted well, like some of the other little miniature dogs you see that are expensive. This was in a bag of a bunch of junk. And I kept him and a few other little animals out of the bag. And I'm really glad I kept him. I think he's going to be a nice pet for the dollhouse. I like to have plenty of pets around. So I have a couple of cats now, and there'll be another dog, a spaniel, and I'll paint him another time. I'm just going to mix a little bit of brown and red, burnt sienna and bright red together with some white for the inside of his ears and the inside of his mouth. Border Collies are great sheep dogs, but they can also herd goats. Goats are a little different than sheep as far as personality goes, but these dogs will handle both. Extremely intelligent dogs too. They don't make very good house pets though. They really need a lot of land to run on, and they like being outside a lot. I'm just using a very fine brush to go in the mouth and paint a black line around the mouth area. And this actually took, I don't know, almost an hour to paint. I speeded it up, of course. And I'm just going to go into the ears and try to feather it as much as I can so that the fur will look a little more realistic. This paint gets pretty good coverage for an inexpensive product such as it is. And I like the fact that it dries pretty quickly. Some things you don't want to dry quickly when you're painting, but for something like this, it's actually, for me anyway, it's kind of a nice thing. Now, a lot of these dogs will have a little bit of brown or red mixed in their fur, and so that's what I'm doing here. It's just in certain areas where the white and black meet, you might get some browns or reddish hairs, so that's what I'm doing with this one. I don't know about other people where they live. I live in southeastern Michigan, south central Michigan, and the weather has, winter seems to have completely disappeared. We had a very harsh winter, and now the weather is getting to be quite nice outside. But that can always change. This is Michigan after all. Nice thing about these inexpensive toys is, you can make your mistakes and that sort of thing, and it isn't something you're going to regret. Of course, painting is easy. I mean, it's just something that, for me, is easy anyway. I like to fix things up, and especially these toys that were basically throwaways for people. I like to repurpose them. And he's turning out to be quite nice. I think he was meant to be a collie, though, but he didn't look real collie-ish to me, but he was painted with a kind of collie coloring. Very badly painted, though. It was airbrushed, but not well. But the mold is good, so that's why I kept him. And he's just made out of some kind of hard rubber. I still have another dog, fortunately, and that made it easier when I lost this other dog. And he's a mixture. I bought him from a neighbor a couple of years ago, and he's mostly lab. He's supposed to be half Australian Shepherd, though, but you don't see any of the Australian Shepherd in him. He seems to be all lab, even though I know he's not. Just put a few toenails on. This is a fairly short video, but I wanted to share it. I'm going to give him blue eyes. And now I'm just going to put the pupil in. Just a dot. And I put some black around. I'm just going to mix it into the white, and then it'll give it a little bit of more of a dimension to the fur. I hope. Well, he's done. And there he is. And we'll have to give him a name. And I'll do some still photos of him. You can see him without my hands in there with paint. Woof woof. Well, that's it for today, but I will be back with another video coming this week. I'm working on my dollhouse, so I'll be filming more on that. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you again by the end of the week. Bye-bye.